Welcome everyone to another edition of Get Your Game On, the channel dedicated to immersive gaming experiences. So I recently returned from a vacation trip down to the Cayman Islands, so I thought I'd do something just a little bit different for you all today. We're going to go back and revisit our TR, or True Reality series, that we did back in April. So for those of you unfamiliar with TR, it's a term coined by my better half, Brenda Redding, when she felt like I was spending too much time in virtual reality. She said, come spend some time in TR with me, or come spend some time in true reality. So everyone seemed to enjoy the skiing episode that we did back in April, so I thought, okay, let's put another one of these together and see if you guys enjoy this type of content along with the regular content. Now, this is in no way going to change the format of the channel. We are still an immersive gaming channel, but I just wanted to share with you guys an adventure I had while I was scuba diving. That's right, I'm a certified scuba diver, and it was one of those moments in life that will stick with me forever. So come join me as I take you on our little adventure in TR. So before the dive, we actually went on an excursion and I got a good luck kiss from one of the locals here. So that's a stingray, that's a real stingray. We were at a place called Stingray City, and apparently if you kiss the stingray you get 7 years good luck. So here I am masking up. This is just getting ready. We're on the back of the boat. Get kitted up and I dive in. So put in the regulator so I can breathe, jump in the water, and I'm wearing a GoPro basically on my chest, so you're going to see it from chest height view, a lot of this footage. So got in the water, getting all stabilized and comfortable, and then looking back and waiting for my dive partner Bill to jump in and join me. So there's Bill, and we're all set, and so we're off on this great adventure. And it's magical if you've never scuba or snorkeled. Being in the water, it's just an incredible experience, and it's very freeing and very surreal, and just an awesome opportunity. So this is us getting down, joining up with the rest of the dive group, and we're just heading down. Heading down to probably about 50 feet or so at this point, getting down close to the sea floor. We're gonna go swim through some coral and what's known as swim-throughs, things like that. So this is us kind of heading on down, and then there's our first encounter with a shark. That's a little nurse shark that came up, and so we all got a treat to see a nurse shark, and as soon as it saw us, it ran off. So you know, that's pretty typical. And then, you know, in typical Caribbean fashion, we also ran into another shark, and so what you're about to see here is a reef shark. This is a black tip reef shark, and these are really cool sharks. That thing's probably 8 to 10 feet. And this guy actually was hanging out. He was kind of swimming around the coral and the reefs, instead of a lot of times you'll just see him kind of swimming through it in the distance. He was actually kind of hanging out. So, but that wasn't the magical experience of this whole thing. You can see here I'm heading down. This footage is not from my GoPro. This is actually from my good friend Jeff and Betty, who were joining me on the dive, and I'm right there in the red. Got the red fins, you can see, and in this case I'm the one all the way down, kind of bouncing off of the sand down there. This was the incredible experience. So we're on the reef, and this is kind of a tunnel. It's technically a reef, kind of a crevice, but it was very much like a tunnel, and this was just an unbelievable experience. So you can see here we're descending into it. Now unfortunately my GoPro quit working. We were at about 75 feet right, and my GoPro cut out. It was too much pressure for the GoPro. So all the footage you're seeing here is courtesy of my friend Jeff. He shot this. He actually had a protective case on his camera, and he was able to get the footage. My GoPro just shut down at 75 feet. It didn't want to operate at that depth. So anyhow, so thank you, Jeff, for the footage and letting me use that. So here you can see we're about to go through, and that's the tunnel, and we're about to swim through that single file. And here you can see the last member that was going to go through the tunnel is going in now, and I'm already in this tunnel. So it was an unbelievable thing. You can see all our bubbles. One of those sets of bubbles is mine, and Jeff is just going over the reef. And so you're swimming through this, and what I can equate it to, or I guess the best example, was kind of if you've ever done the submarine ride at Disneyland, and then you kind of go into that cave part where it's like we're diving deeper. It had that similar kind of awe and experience when I was a kid, except for this was all real. I was actually 75, 80 feet underwater, in a scuba mask and scuba tank, and I was actually swimming through this real life coral reef, and it was just astounding. And then when you come out on the other side, it drops into the abyss. So this is a wall, and if you look there, I'm the one down at the bottom of the screen, but it's a 3,000 foot drop to the bottom. So we're about 100 feet right here, and it just goes straight down. So you come out of that tunnel right there, or that crevice, and it's just deep blue down below you. And it was such an awesome experience. So we swam around a little bit more, and but that was the highlight, and that was the experience that I will remember forever, was that cavern. So here we're doing the safety stop, and he's checking on me to see how much air I've got, and I'm telling him I've got 1,000 pounds left. He's saying, go back to the boat. So we did our safety stop and then headed back up to the boat for the end of the dive. And it was just astounding and amazing, and I don't know that I can even express the feelings I had doing that. So, and there's Bill, he's getting on board. I'm waiting for him to get up the ladder, and then I'm gonna get up on there too. And so we just come up and look at that water. I mean, it's just amazing. I love scuba diving, and I love scuba diving in the Caribbean. It's a really amazing experience. Anyway, so we get to the back of the boat, and then you're gonna see me transition here. I'm gonna head over to the ladder, and once you get on the ladder, you keep in mind this boat is moving up and down, getting tossed in the waves, so it can be a little tricky. But yeah, I'm just gonna let the experience speak for itself and my thoughts as I got out of the water here. That may be one of the coolest things I've ever done. So it was a great experience, it was a great trip, and just such a memorable dive experience. And I guess the reason I wanted to say this or let you guys see this is just to remind you, obviously I'm an advocate for virtual reality and simming and all those kinds of things. But I wanted to remind everyone, it's good to get out in the real world and spend some time with the people you really care about every once in a while. So on that note, that's about all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want to see more of this type of content in the comments. And until next time, remember to get your game on.